Dann kommen wir jetzt zur nächsten Speakerin, und zwar Bianca Minotti. Bianca Minotti ist eine ehemalige Studienkollegin von mir aus der Universität für Gastronomiewissenschaften in Bra. Sie ist dann weitergegangen erstmal nach London und hat dort einen Master in Food Policy gemacht, und dann ist sie an die Universität Prag und hat dort in Sozial- und Regionalentwicklung promoviert und spezialisierte sich auf die Steuerung von Ernährungssystemen und kommunaler Ernährungspolitik. Und arbeitet mittlerweile für das unabhängige Forschungs- und Beratungszentrum ESTA, was für Economy und Sustainability steht, in Mailand, und arbeitet dort mit universitären und unabhängigen Forschungseinrichtungen an Projekten zu Themen wie der nachhaltigen Gestaltung von Ernährungssystemen, Ernährungsarmut, gerechtem Klimawandel, innovativen Verwaltungssystemen und Kreislaufwirtschaft in Italien und im Ausland zusammen, und wird uns heute zu einer Mailänder Food Policy Aktion etwas sagen, die Ernährungsarmut und Lebensmittelwertschätzung zusammendenkt. Bianca, I just introduced you in German.
Thank you. I figured.
Genau. Sie wird den Talk in Englisch halten, aber wenn ihr Fragen habt, kann ich die gerne auch übersetzen, wenn ihr das nicht auf Englisch stellen möchtet. Genau. Ernährungsarmut und Lebensmittelwertschätzung. Und das Projekt, über das sie spricht, heißt Cascina Cucagna. Das ist ein Neighborhood Food Hub. Genau. All right. The stage is yours, Bianca. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me. I'm going to share my screen so I can share the presentation as well. So, can you see the presentation? Yes?
But
No?
we can see your speaker screen.
Okay. Then I'll try something different.
Yes.
Can you see it like this now?
Yes. Yeah. Now we see the PowerPoint screen.
Okay. Okay, great. Sorry for the tech issues. So good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bianca Minotti. Unfortunately, I do not speak German, but I hope everybody will be able to understand me anyway. I work for a research consultancy and training center based in Milan that it's called ESTA, Economia e Sostenibilità. And together with several organizations of the territory of Milan, we had the great opportunity to open a neighborhood hub against food waste and food insecurity, which will be the topic of my presentation today. This hub was sponsored by the municipality of Milan and the Milan Food Policy Area in collaboration with several important actors of the territory of Milan and also abroad, like Fondazione Cariplo, Asso Lombarda, Fondazione SNAM, Politecnico di Milano, the Earth Shot Prize, and with the contribution of Fondazione Azimut. So, what is a neighborhood hub against food waste? These are structures that have been promoted by the city of Milan starting from 2019
Bianca?
that basically work.
Bianca,
Yes?
I still see the first slide. I think you switched already, right?
Yes, I did.
All right, thank you.
It was working before. So
all good. We have that all.
Now I think you can see it, right?
Yes, now we can see the second. Thank you.
Okay, maybe it's better if I stay like this, even if it's not presentation mode. Yes. Is it okay?
Yeah, this is great. Thank you.
Okay, good. So, what are neighborhood hubs? These hubs are structures that have been promoted by the municipality of Milan starting from 2019, and they work thanks to the collaboration between territorial actors, both profit and non-profit, that cooperates with the municipality of Milan with the common goal, the common aim to recover and redistribute food surplus at the neighborhood level among vulnerable groups and people in needs. They represent a virtuous model for combating waste and food insecurity. And this is the reason why in 2021, the city of Milan has won the Earthshot Prize, which is an award, an environmental award launched by the Prince Williams of Wales. As you can see from the map, there are two different big categories, let's say, of hubs. The blue one are those that are historical, that were essential and extremely important for the city of Milan during the COVID-19 emergency. But today I will be talking to you about one of the orange one, which are new hubs that have been created in the past year. So let's see if I can. Okay. So where is located this new hub that I want to talk to you about today is Cascina Cuccagna, from which it takes the name. Cascina Cuccagna, as you can see from the picture, is a 17th century farmhouse that has been restored and reopened in 2012 to the public. This is today a space for culture, participation, where environmental activities happen, and where, thanks to social gatherings and social engagement, environmental practices, environmental activities can happen in the city. As you can see from the map, Cascina Cuccagna is in the city of Milan, in the city center, but it's also at the border with the periphery, which makes it a great place for a social project like the one I'm talking to you about. If you go around the Cascina, you will be able to find a bookshop, a community garden, bees on the rooftop, a restaurant, and many other activities that were essential in order to create a space that was not only a place for food redistribution. So the hub is today managed by a partnership that came together with competencies that were complementary between each other. So Cascina Cuccagna is the NGO that hosts the space, and together with Emergency, Il Gabbiano, Recoup, Esta, and Accra, we created a partnership that gave us the possibility to, on one side, create a strong network with institutions, organization of the territory, businesses, and citizens, which, as you can imagine, it is extremely important for a project like this. It is a partnership that had already logistical capabilities, especially for the activities already in place by Emergency, with a project that it's called the Nessuno Escluso, which literally means nobody excluded, which support 1,500 households in Milan with food aid, and with Recoup, that recovers fruits and vegetables from the wholesale market of the city of Milan. It is also a partnership that has already a great knowledge of the area and of the fragilities and of the vulnerable groups present in this neighborhood. In fact, not only Emergency was already working in the neighborhood, but of course Cascina Cuccagna and all the actors within the Cascina, like Il Gabbiano and Accra and Esta, already know very well the neighborhood and the families that are part of this neighborhood. It is a partnership that had a habit of relating with the city of Milan, which gave us the possibility to co-design the hub together with the Milan Food Policy Office. And finally, it was a partnership that had in mind that it was important to create an integration between the beneficiary of the hub and the space in which they were hosted, and to really understand their degree of satisfaction of the project, of the produce, and in general of the experience, which is something that is often neglected in food aid projects. Two are the main characteristic of this hub. The first one is the fact that this hub try to create a path towards autonomy for the beneficiary, for the person and the family that come, that is hosted by the hub. For this reason, this hub puts the food as a length, as let's say, a driver, a starting point from which it is possible to give to the families other social services, especially thanks to the experience of emergency. The hub intercept also other necessities, social necessities of this family, besides, of course, the need of quality food and balanced diet. It is also autonomy is also the reason why the hub is designed to be self-service or anyway assisted sale model, and this is the reason why people can come and choose what they want to eat, what they want to bring home, and what is the need of their direct family members. The second important factor and special characteristic, I would say, of this hub is that it is located in a beautiful space that is already dense with relationship. Cascina Cuccagna, as you can see from these few pictures in the slides, it's a green, beautiful space in a gray city like Milan. So the idea of creating a space like this in the center of Cascina Cuccagna, which is an already very recognized place that has a strong significance for the neighborhood and also for the city administration. The idea of putting the hub in the center of the Cascina, where people take their aperitivo, where people can shop for books and for plants, was extremely important for us. Again, because there was this idea of creating a space where people could not only receive food, but also integrate with a community. And so also from an aesthetic point of view, the space is it's beautiful. It's all made in woods and glass, which makes it a little bit different from other food redistribution spaces. So how does it work? The hub is open at least 3 days a week. There is also the possibility to receive home deliveries for those that are unable to travel. The food that you can find inside of the hub is provided by Emergency and Recoup. Emergency provide for the dry food. Today they are providing 1,350 kilos of dry food per week, and also household and personal hygiene produce, as they are some of the most expensive produce and some of the most needed produce besides food. And then for the fresh food, Recoup provides via electric cargo bikes about 450 kilograms per week that are recovered by the wholesale market, which happens to be in the same area of the city, plus some surplus from supermarkets and shops around the hub in the neighborhood. Today, 150 families are part of this project, even if the project can be opened up to 350 families that will definitely be part of the expansion of the project as well. There are many other things to say about this space, but I'm glad to answer some questions, so I leave the floor to the questions if you have any. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bianca, for introducing us to this different kind of food aid and food access program. I'm going to switch to German again, just FYI.
That's fine.
Genau, Bianca hat gerade vorgestellt, was in Mailand so passiert, als Alternative zu, was wir vielleicht kennen, als Suppenküchen oder Foodbanks, Tafelprogramme, genau. Und hat ja nochmal beschrieben, dass der Ansatz von diesen Neighborhood Food Hubs und vor allem auch Kantine-Zukunft-Talk, dass der Ansatz ist, einen Ort zu schaffen, wo Menschen würdevoll zu ihren Lebensmitteln kommen können, ohne stigmatisiert zu werden, und das Ganze in einem Ort zu verankern, der ein Lebensmittelpunkt ist für ganz, ganz viele Menschen, sodass die Familien, die über dieses Programm an Lebensmittel kommen, auch in die Gemeinschaft integriert werden und genau nicht marginalisiert werden. Das nochmal also als ganz kurze Zusammenfassung. Gibt es Fragen an Bianca? Ja, we have a question. Möchtest du die auf Englisch oder auf Deutsch stellen? Alles klar, sonst unterstütze ich gerne. Jetzt habe ich das Mikrofon, glaube ich, ausgemacht.
How much does it cost and who paid the costs? And how get the families the right to get these issues?
Ja. Und kannst du noch sagen, wer du bist?
Ja, ich bin Margret Münch-Rahne, das ist nicht so interessant, aber ich arbeite im Ernährungsrat Berlin mit und bei Slow Food Berlin.
From the Food Policy Council and Slow Food.
Thank you for the question. So the food is for free for the beneficiary of the food package, the project. They can access a specific quantity of food that has been selected for the family members, the number of family members that they have. And so they can access to the produce all for free, with a frequency and a quantity that is decided with the family in order to fill their needs. The family can access to the program through the call center of emergency, where there are volunteers that basically understand what are their needs, and if a project like this can actually be helpful for them and understand their needs, their food choices, whether they have specific allergies and things like this, and they take in charge the family in order to help them beyond food. So there need to be a first contact with the NGO emergency for them to understand if the family can access, and then when emergencies say that they are available for being part of the project, then they can come and take the food for free.
And do you know how much the city of Milan paid for this?
I don't know if I can share the information.
It's classified, okay. Also sie
Sorry.
weiß selber nicht, wie viel von der Stadt Mailand dazu beigetragen wurde finanziell. Can you maybe share the effects that you observed in the families that came and got their food at the Kantine-Zukunft-Talk?
Of course. So before having the possibility to be part of the hub project, these same 150 families were receiving a food basket. Okay, so some of the NGOs part of the project already knew these families, already knew somehow the issues and the need and so on and so forth. And just before starting the hub project, we checked with these families if a new experience, a new way of experience these food redistribution was okay with them. And we basically started a conversation in order to understand if a more self-service or anyway accompanied, like like self-service type of experience was something that they would like, and all of them were very positive about it. And in fact, today when you come to the hub, it's very nice to see that for these people is not only a moment of taking the food as it was before, but it's also a moment in which they can be part of a community. They stay with their kids most of the time. They talk with the volunteers. They can go to the community garden with the kids, and it's really has become something a bit more dignified than it was before.
Yeah, we have questions from the audience. Thomas, wir brauchen noch ein paar Minuten, bis wir zu dir kommen.
So, thank you for your presentation.
Oh, sorry.
I cannot hear.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for your presentation and your very important work. I'm Ella from Weltaker Berlin, and we are a food education organization. And I have two questions. Do you take any look on the sustainability of the products you offer? And the other question is, are there any cooperations with the Parco Agricolo Sud Milano association? So the big park where many foods are produced nearby Milan?
We have experts here, you see.
Yes, thank you. That's amazing. I don't know if all the Milanese people know Parco Agricolo Sud, so well done. So regarding the sustainability of the produce, the main sustainability, let's say, characteristic is that most of this produce would have been wasted. So especially the fresh one. So it's a matter of trying to redistribute food surplus that is still high quality, of course, and in good shape. Regarding the dry food, there is a big part that comes from donations and from FEAD, so the European Union. And unfortunately, in that case, it's a bit more complicated to look at the sustainability part. Regarding the Parco Agricolo Sud, no, unfortunately, we don't have at the moment a partnership with any of the district there. But I think because the municipality of Milan and the Milan food policy already have a great partnership with some of the producers there. In the future, there might be some good projects going on. If you have any idea, just bring it on.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Anke with ProVeg. Thank you so much for your presentation. Very interesting. I understand you're not allowed to disclose the budget that Milan allocated to this project. Totally understandable. But are you allowed to disclose from a planning and budget perspective for how long this project is supposed to run? Is it indefinitely? Is it 3 years? Any details on that?
Yeah, so the project is financed by the municipality of Milan through the Earthshot Prize. And if I'm not wrong, the budget is given for the first year of implementation. And then the partnership is supposed to find funding for at least 3 years of running the hub. And in fact, as you saw in the presentation, there are many in collaboration with, thanks to the help of, because from the beginning we looked for other funders that could help in order to create the space that we did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very last question.
Thank you very much for the presentation. My name is Nasser from Leibniz Institute. And my question is, are you considering any replication strategies or kind of activities to upscale or replicate in other cities or in other countries as well?
Thank you for the question. So I didn't go in depth into this, but as you could see from the map in the second or third slide, there are other hubs already happening in the city, and especially with the financing of our hub, there has been a few others that has been financed. So there are opening or already opened in the past year. And so there is this idea of a replica, both at a neighborhood level and in general, I would say, because Milan, it's one of the founder of the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact, which is a network of cities that share best practices, among other services, of course. I think there is definitely the idea that if another city is willing to embark a project like this, there is a complete, I would say, complete possibility to share information and go more in depth in order to replicate the project elsewhere. Yeah.
Thank you.
And as a closing story, when Bianca and me talked about her presentation, she also shared that, I'm going to say this in German, it's the pasta versus rice story. Or maybe you can tell it. Just
the what?
The pasta versus rice story, and the difference between the food basket and the shopping experience.
Yes, if you want, I can share. So Esta had the role of, one of the things that we did was to produce a questionnaire and do some interviews among the families in order to really understand what was the food needs, because behind this project there was the idea that you don't need only quality food, but you also need culturally adequate food. And so otherwise, the food aid program is not providing what they are supposed to provide. And so because the families that are part of the project and in general the neighborhood in which Cascina Cuccagna is located is in a big part Italian, but also in a big part Peruvian, and in a less higher percentage, but still important, from Morocco. We understood that it was important to provide different quantities for different type of foods. So, for example, of course, as Italians, we would give in the food baskets a lot of pasta, and most of the time this pasta was either not taken or given to another family, which was not the purpose of giving that type of pasta, because then the family wouldn't have the correct amount from a nutritional point of view of carbohydrate that the program would wanted to provide. And so by just talking to the people, interviewing them, having very informal conversation, we just understood what were the produce that were most needed. And so today in the hub, instead of having to have pasta just because, you can choose between pasta, rice, couscous or orzo, or it depends even on the week, of course, on the season. But yeah, there is the possibility now to have a more culturally adequate diet.
Thank you so much. I think this is such an important...
I cannot hear you.
Oh, okay. Now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for sharing this as a last story.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.